Book fair! Hooray! Okay, anyone who loves books has to love library book sales, right? I mean, all the books are super cheap. There are so many, and sometimes you get some really good ones. I've added to my old book collection from book fairs. Anyway, yeah, I say anyway too much. The past 2 days, 3 days, but I missed the first day. At my closest library was a book fair, and I got a few books. Didn't get too many. It's not that much. Just got a Hardy Boys, some Nancy Drew, just a few others. Nothing too much. Nothing I can't handle. Okay, so maybe I did get a lot. I counted them. There's 81 books. Now, 8 of these books are my partner's, so not that much. This is the 81st book, and I saw the cover and I just had to get it. I have no idea what it's about, but look at that. Look at this guy. It's so creepy. When I usually go to book sales, I try to only get certain kinds of books. Like, I love old young adult books from the 60s and 50s, and I collect older books. I try to keep it from 1940 back. I do have about maybe only 5 books from before 1900, which is kind of sad. But this book sale, it was my first time there because we moved to a new town. I didn't really have a lot of books like that. It was just, sadly, there wasn't a large old book section or memoir section, nonfiction. It was just a lot of paperbacks, novels, but it did have a really good children's book part, and I love children's books. I love illustrated ones with illustrations. Like, if it's a really good artist, I'm all over it. Growing up, I was reading my older sister's books a lot, and she had a few books from the 80s. Young adult, teen, going through middle school and high school, and really light, fluffy things, but they're so cheesy and it's delightful. And this book sale had a ton of them, so I picked up a whole lot of those. Not as much as I could because this was the last day. It was $10 for a box. You could just fill up the whole box and it's $10. And so I go, okay, I'm going to concentrate on the kids' part because I picked over everything the day before. But there were these moms in there, and they were really shovey, and they were taking up space on purpose in front of the shelves. And they were just grabbing whole bunches of books, barely glancing at the title, and just throwing them in her box. And I'm like, oh no, because I had a book, the Nancy Drew series. Okay, I have the old series. I collect the old series. But in the 80s, I guess they redid it, and I only have read the first book, and I thought it was neat. It's fun reading about, car phones and high-waisted jeans, dreamy boys with blonde hair and their sweaters tied around their necks. So I was gonna get some of those, try to look for those. I only managed to get 2, and it's number 19 and 48, so that kind of sucks because no, still have to look. So at our old town, the library book sales are really good. They have a whole section, a whole little room of specialty books. rare ones or really old ones. I have no idea why I grabbed this one. I guess it kind of reminded me of books my mom would read sometimes. Like, look at that. You know this is going to be epic, right? That hair. And it's all shiny. I'm really grateful for having a mother that could take me to the library all the time when I was younger. You know, I loved my school library, my elementary school library. You're only allowed to get 3 books at a time, yeah. You know, so and that would be like, you know, I would read them all in one day, and I would have to wait a whole week before our class got to go back to the library. So my mom would drive us to the next town over, because there wasn't a library in our town. It was a small rural community, and you know, I would just go crazy. And there's this one book my older sister had, and it was a book on medieval torture. And so there I was like 9-10 years old, and I'm poring over this book of medieval torture, and you know, they have all the devices, and it was good. Maybe one day I'm gonna make a video of all my books. Yeah. A lot of them are still in boxes right now since we moved to this condo, so I guess after everything's put away and stuff. You know, the funny thing is my webcam is stacked on top of books right now. So one of them is here. Let me see if I can. The Boy Scout Handbook. I haven't read it yet, but I had to get it. This was at an antique store. I had to get it when I saw it. I opened it up. Like, look at this. The colors, the illustrations. It's wonderful. This is from 1960, and the whole book has colored illustrations. You know, about chopping wood, and this one's about broken bones. I'm trying not to open it too much because the binding's, it's not worn yet, but there's a little pucker right there. I'm trying to be careful. Look at that kid's face. He is one happy camper. He is prepared. He's like, hi fellas. Oh wait, he's walking the wrong way. Here we go. Litigators. That's an L. There you go. No, sit. Wahaha. Behind the fortress of books you go. You are trapped now. What is it? What is that? You want this? Your little hedgehog friend? Well, you'll never see him again. Say your last goodbyes. No! Try to snatch him away. Oh no, he escapes!